good. Hi, I'm Ivy Drunky, and I play for Hard. I've been playing for 11 years.
I'm Mama Beater, and I currently skate for Rough Diamond Rebels out of Riverside, and I've been skating for 5 years. We started Power Jams, 2 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I guess I'm Ivy Drunky of Power Jams.
and I'm Mama Beater of Power Jams.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, Power Jams was kind of I don't know.
A way for us to bring worldwide derby to our bubble of SoCal.
Yeah, that's what I would call it. I think it was one of those necessities, or those not a necessity. It was one of those, let's just call it what it was. I just wanted to be in front of the camera and have people look at me.
Yeah.
It worked.
It worked. I think that doing Power Jams has kind of opened my eyes to how wide derby has become, and a lot of the stuff I didn't know that actually existed in derby. It's brought a lot of awareness to our area of what's going on outside of our little hub. I've met some great skaters along the way, some that I would never have thought I would have met. I've met people from Team USA.
Yeah.
Hence why we love RollerCon, because, you know.
So Power Jams really has been this outlet for me. I always watch the tournaments, and I follow all the high-level skaters, and it was my way of interacting with skaters and having a reason to interact with them. Strange enough, I'm a little shy. So one-on-one, you know, I don't really know what to say to people. With the camera, it's just, it's just what it is. So Power Jams gave us the opportunity to interact with high-level skaters when really we would have no other reason to interact with them other than at RollerCon. So, that's
See, and I appreciate you bringing me on, because I appeared on Power Jams as a guest with my derby wife, and then we had a lot of people saying that we had a great chemistry together, and I never really even thought of becoming a permanent fixture in Power Jams. And then
I needed a guest.
You asked me, and
I liked you.
You know so much about derby when I still feel like a noob when it comes to derby, because I didn't know about
You're
champs.
You're a noob, and I'm a nerd.
And I didn't know about, all this other stuff. RollerCon was like the only thing outside of SoCal that I really knew. So thank you for enlightening me. I never knew some of these controversies came up in derby.
Yeah, I mean, I think social media has a big part of. Well, social media is the reason that there is a Power Jams. Power Jams started at Chaotic Radio, which is a radio station in Rancho Cucamonga, Southern California, and it just wasn't a good fit for us. And we realized that really our social interaction was more so on Facebook, and that's kind of where we started.
Well,
really.
I think we also wanted to branch out because we wanted to be creative. So in retrospect, this was your idea to create this show, but not really go on somebody else's idea of what it should be.
Right.
So, because when we came and did our own thing, we got our trailer.
Well,
it's just been a collab of what we want to do and not what somebody else is telling us to talk about.
It was kind of a collaboration with Empire Skate Shop, talking to them about getting, helping pay the bills, really. And so we, the whole idea behind it was talking about local Southern California roller derby. And being the optimist I was really wanting to bring the outside derby into Southern California. So that's when we started looking outside of our bubble and, looking at the bigger idea behind it. Because when you really think about it, Southern California has roughly 15 teams, anywhere from LA down to San Diego, Imperial Valley, and we're really in a bubble, whether it be ideals or political stance or what have you. And I thought starting Power Jams, it gave us the opportunity to see outside of that structure that we had built for ourselves.
Well, in the same aspect, we've gotten the world to kind of see Southern California derby and what we are doing out here. Like you said, we are saturated with a lot of teams, but every team brings something to the table, and it's nice that, people know of Power Jams now, and they know
The average viewer of Power Jams is probably a rec league. It's probably somebody who wants to know about the happenings in Derby. They want to know whether it be the gossip or the new rule changes or, whatever WFTDA has to hand down to the masses. So I think the average viewer would be a rec league. We do have, little pop of color. We do have some high level skaters that watch and interact with us. But I think for the most part, it's rec league, really.
I was really excited when big name skaters started popping in, and like,
right?
It made me feel like maybe we are making some kind of contribute to our area and bringing awareness to our league.
Well, it's
because we do talk a lot of local. We do talk about everything outside.
It's not a secret that Drunky sucks at skating. So if and I say that I'm not a high level skater, and I know that, but I do know the inner workings of the game, and I do understand the way that the rules and the strategies go, and that's why I watch so much of outside Derby. And I think that I do think that Power Jams has made, maybe I'm full of myself, I don't know, but I think Power Jams has made some sort of contribution to the Derby community to bring the awareness. We're a micro community that has the same issues as a regular community, and if we can make a difference by opening the eyes of people and understanding that Derby isn't just a bunch of beer drinking tattooed we actually we have minds and we have thoughts and political stances, and if we could bring that to the masses, maybe we did a little bit. Maybe
I feel like Power Jams has also made me grow as a skater, because like I said, I didn't watch Champs and I never did any of that stuff prior to Power Jams, but sitting down watching Champs with you, I feel like watching that skill level, I can bring a little bit back to myself and bring myself up as a skater and not have this mentality that I'm always going to be a certain level.
Right.
I hope to see that inclusiveness that we keep discussing come full circle.
Yeah.
I'd love to see everybody come together to build each other up as skaters, and instead of tearing everybody down. That's really my primary goal to see in Derby. I hope everybody continues to, keep this sport alive. And
I feel almost as if people think we only have one half of a face because we're always talking to each other.
I feel like I need to.
I think that's why we're co-hosts, because that's kind of where I would like to see roller derby, rather than us constantly beating it into the heads of our viewers, not our viewers, but just the community itself. Like, inclusivity, does it really exist in Derby? I would like a time where I would like Derby to be where, back in my day we used to be assholes, and but I would
grandma's Derby no more.
Yeah, I would like to see Derby actually be inclusive, is where I would like to see Derby.
And I would like to see it get back to...
I would like to see that next year. Like, I don't want to wait 10 years for it.
I definitely would like to see it get back to women building each other up and becoming a whole again. Because it's kind of... I feel like it was good when it started, and it's kind of gotten its cracks in the foundation.
Yeah.
And now we just need to fix it.
So the furthest I've gone for Derby is Portland. Which really, in retrospect... is not that far, but I think that community is completely different Derby than Southern California Derby. So the fact that I think for me, and I think it's the same for a lot of Derby players, you could go anywhere in the country. I mean, probably in the world at this point, because of the way social media works. Mm-hmm. You could go anywhere in the world and ask, hey, anybody have a team I could practice with? Anybody have a couch I could surf? I think that's the thing that I appreciate the most about Derby, is really you could go anywhere and you'll have a small little micro community to hang out with wherever you are.
The furthest I've ever gone is Arizona, as far as out of state. But I've gone up to Central California, about 9-hour drive. That's probably the farthest I've ever been. I like traveling with my team. I feel like it's a good group bonding experience. We usually stay over, hang out. You get to know each other as people outside of Derby and find a lot of commonalities between people that you may not have seen before. And I definitely would love to go, and I travel back and forth to Utah a lot, so I would love to do, like you were just saying, and drop in and visit another team just to see how Derby from another area outside of California really is.
I think my bucket list for Derby right now would be like if I went to Europe or Australia and just like hit up somebody's Facebook. They're like, hey, I'm a shit skater. Can I drop in? You know, and just see kind of see that community, and you know, see how that works that way. I think that would be rad. That's why I kind of envy the high level skaters that get to just go wherever they want. Maybe I should travel more.
Who's the comedian? Or
You know, this third co-host of a bug over here
Like,
really
no,
needs
no,
to
no.
go somewhere.